Hello, everyone. My name is Ana Martha Ayala, and I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. As a reminder, I do every video in English and Spanish, and the degree theory is based on modern Western astrology using the Placidus house system. In today's video, I wanted to talk to Aquarius rising or Aquarius sun. And what I'm doing is I'm doing the planetary energies of 2025 for you guys. I don't want to call this a horoscope because this does not substitute a meeting, a one-on-one meeting with an astrologer to plan out your year based on your natal chart. But it will give you, the overall idea of what could happen. Now, if your rising sign is at the later part of the sign, like 23, 24, 25 to the end of the sign. Maybe your houses, you would have to listen to Pisces because they will not be exactly the way that this video is going to address them. So, having said that, I wanted to share with you this chart that I did when I did the overall 2025 predictions for the in general, but I will do this video more personalized for Aquarius rising or Aquarius sun. Now, for you, the most important retrograde is the Uranus retrograde because Uranus is your ruler. It is your chart ruler. Not to say that the other planets aren't important, but the chart ruler is the one that dominates most of the energy in your chart. So, I also wanted to explain what stationing is. Let's take the first example. When Mercury goes retrograde on March 15th of 2025 at 9 degrees of Aries, it will station at 9 degrees. Okay, so what that means is that from planet Earth, we see all of the planets being direct or moving forward. Now, before a planet retrogrades, it stops or it stations to then go backwards. Now, in reality, the planet is not going backwards. The planet is still going forward, but from planet Earth, we see like it's going backwards. So the same thing happens when a planet goes direct. Let's say Mercury is going retrograde and it goes all the way back to Pisces at 26 degrees. Then it stops or it stations at 26 degrees of Pisces. So these degrees and these signs get a little extra attention. Let's put it that way. So how can you tie this into your natal chart? If you have planets plus or minus 3 degrees. If you want to push it 5 degrees, but I would keep the orb really tight, then Mercury is going to communicate with your planet, your natal planet. So let's say you have Venus at 10 degrees of Aries. So you might get communication, Mercury, from an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-boss, maybe ex-business partner, because Venus rules love and money. So that's how you can go ahead and apply what I'm saying to your natal chart. Now, Mercury is going to go retrograde July 18th of 2025 at 15 degrees of Leo, and it will go direct August 11th of 2025 at 4 degrees of Leo. And it will retrograde November 9th of 2025 at 6 degrees of Sag, and then it will go direct on November 29th at 2025 at 20 degrees of Scorpio. Venus will go retrograde March 2nd of 2025 at 10 degrees of Aries, and it will go direct April 13th, 2025 at 24 degrees of Pisces. Now you can see that something is going to happen because Mercury and Venus are going to retrograde at the same time pretty much. and over the same degrees. So if this is prominent in your chart by having planets in Aries or Pisces close to these degrees. So we look at Aries, we look at Libra, which is the opposition, and then we look at Cancer and Capricorn, which are the squares. So with squares, it's always a challenge. Something comes up that requires some type of action to be solved, to be, attended to. So then for the direct, we're talking about Pisces, Virgo, and then Gemini and Sagittarius, which are the mutable signs. So these signs, 8 of the 12 are going to be having Mercury and Venus communications. And then, of course, if you have planets in Aries or Pisces, you get the conjunction or the opposition. I mean, you get the conjunction. The opposition is the other sign, Virgo and Libra. All right, so Mars goes retrograde December 6, 2024 at 6 degrees of Leo, and it will go direct February 24th at 2025 at 17 degrees of Cancer. Jupiter is going to go retrograde October 10th, 2024 at 21 degrees of Gemini, and it will go direct February 24th of 2025 at 11 degrees of Gemini. So again, if you have any planets in Gemini, plus or minus 3 degrees, Jupiter is going to give you extra opportunities, extra blessings, extra goodies, basically. Now, each of these planets has a different amount of days that it stations. Mercury is just a few days, 3-4 days. Venus goes a little longer, maybe like 7 or 8 days. When I do my monthly updates for you guys, then I'll give you the dates that it's gonna go station and it's gonna go retrograde, and then like the shadow period for each of the planets, so that you guys know how long it will stay in these degrees, so you can be aware of something might happen during that time. Now for Jupiter, it'll stay at these degrees for at least a couple of weeks. The same thing with Saturn. When Saturn retrogrades July 13th of 2025 at 10 degrees of Aries, which is again the same point of the Mercury and the Venus retrograde, which is very interesting. And then it'll go direct November 28th of 2025 at 25 degrees of Pisces. So these degrees on an overall level they're important. Let's just put it that way. For people that have planets close to these degrees. Now, Uranus, your ruler, will go retrograde September 2nd, 2024 at 27 degrees of Taurus, and then it will go direct January 30th of 2025 at 23 degrees of Taurus. Now, if you guys have seen other videos that I've done, you know that the fixed star called Algol, which is the demon star, is at 26 degrees of Taurus. So what does this mean? If you have any planet in this range, then Uranus is going to be aspecting you. Now, if you have the moon around these degrees, your family, your mom, your grandmother, females in the family, but also the family, Uranus, something suddenly can happen. All right, if you have Mercury, as an example, if you have Mercury that is, Uranus is aspecting it, be careful with a car accident, especially if it's in the 3rd house. Now, if it's Mars, there's a possibility of an accident. Now, where is the accident? If Mars is in your 4th house and Uranus is aspecting it, so it might be at home. Somebody can fall, if it's aspecting your chart, it could be you. If it's at work, it'll be the sixth house. If let's say Mars is in the fifth house, it could be your child, or it could be you do when you're playing sports, amateur sports, like the weekend softball game or football or something like that. Be mindful because you can break something. Mars to break or to fall. That could also be the case. Now, Neptune. Neptune goes retrograde July 4th of 2025 at 2 degrees of Aries, and it goes direct December 10th at 29 degrees of Pisces. Again, you guys know that I've done videos where I have said that there's a fixed star called Sheet, which is at 29 degrees of Pisces. That is not very good. It creates danger, specifically in the water, in the ocean, most likely. So next summer, because this happens, it starts July 4th. Next summer, if you, book a beach vacation, you are waterfront, or you take a cruise, and there is a warning to evacuate the area because of a hurricane or a storm, or be one of the first ones to leave where you're at. You can get travel insurance for, what do you call it? Travel interruptions or whatever. Here in the United States, I don't know about other places worldwide, but with this happening, there's danger in the water. The hurricanes are going to be intense. There's an increase of floods, tsunamis, anything having to do with the ocean. Yeah, be mindful, because it could also be, I don't know if I already said flooding, but flooding can also happen. Um, so don't take any chances, even if you're just jet skiing or skiing on a boat or something like that. Put a life vest on. You know, don't do anything dumb that you can get hurt, basically. Um, Now Pluto will go retrograde May 4th of 2025 and at 3 degrees of Aquarius, and then it will go direct at 1 degree of Aquarius, and Pluto will stay in Aquarius for the next 20 years. So Aquarius, I'll discuss it in a few minutes. This is not an easy transit. I wish you the best, but there are steps that you need to take to make sure that Pluto, you can house Pluto in your sign for a while. Now, Aquarius, you as a rising sign or a sun sign, Aquarius is always interested in astrology, even if they deny it, even if they don't want to own up to it. They come up with the most inventive, strange, unique ideas to solve old problems. They love technology and things that are new. They're always very curious for techie stuff. Very inventive. They can learn anything really quick. Mercury is exalted in Aquarius. So if you have Mercury in Aquarius, you're a genius. Um, they are, Aquariuses are the smartest sign in the zodiac, in my opinion. Really good friends, and they genuinely care about other people. They don't do things to get rewarded or to get payback or whatever. No, these people actually care about other people. All right, so let's discuss the planetary energies that are going to happen for you in 2025. Neptune is ingressing in your third house. So I like this transit. This one is good. Because it's a trine to your ascendant. Now, you need to be disciplined though, because Neptune dissolves everything it touches. So also with it entering in your third house, um, Neptune rules your dreams. So the third house rules your mind, your thoughts. So you could be daydreaming your life away during the next 14 years. That's why I said you need to be disciplined because you need to put your feet on the ground, and it's okay to daydream, but you need to take action. So with Neptune in the third, your thinking might not be very clear. You can find it very difficult to make decisions. The remedy for this, Neptune in the third, is make a to-do list. Write down everything you need to do and prioritize it in the order of importance. You can also take up spiritual studies, yoga, meditation. Your thoughts and ideas can be very creative, artistic. So this is great, specifically if you work in an artistic field. Now, Saturn is going to help you for the next 2.5 years, believe it or not. Saturn is going to ingress as well in the third house. So you can make all those creative dreams reality using Saturn's way, right? Saturn is all about hard work, discipline, structure, endurance, dedication. If you decide to take up and study something, you will remember it for life because Saturn rules time. Now, just be careful with your thoughts though, because with Saturn in the third, your thoughts can turn pessimistic, sad, negative. So a remedy that you can do, in addition to the one that I gave for Neptune, is a remedy for Saturn in the third. Get a screensaver. A screensaver on your computer with the background being mountains covered with ice or snow, which is what Saturn rules, and little goats on these mountains. If you can do all three, find a screensaver like that. This will help with Saturn's energy in the third house. Now, for good news, Aquarius, finally, right? Uranus will ingress in your fifth house. So I like this transit for you. Anywhere where Uranus goes into, it changes things. It will bring excitement to your romantic life, to your vacations, to having fun. Also, with your children. You can meet someone completely unexpected. It could be love at first sight. You can also get pregnant unexpectedly. So if this is something that you are not looking for, be careful. And Uranus is going to be here for 7 years. So you need to, have fun, but be careful if you don't want to get pregnant. Now, Jupiter goes into your sixth house, and this is a very good transit for work and for your health. Now, Jupiter is only going to be there for a year, basically, because it's going to go in Cancer, and Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So your job or working conditions can improve significantly. Careful with not overeating, because sixth house is also what you eat. Even if it's healthy food, don't go overboard. Best of all, Jupiter can bring you a new pet because it's the sixth house. Um, it's funny because I had a rooster turn up in my yard. So not during, with the transits that have been going on previously, but I have a rooster in the front yard. Um, so interactions with coworkers are also good. Your relationship with coworkers or colleagues improves. Take up a new healthy lifestyle. I don't want to call it a diet because diets we do for a little bit and then we get disappointed and it all goes, down the tubes. So start a new lifestyle with healthy eating, with exercise in moderation. Obviously, check with your doctors to make sure that you don't cause an excess. Because remember, Jupiter expands. Jupiter brings tremendous abundance, so you can overdo it. So be mindful. Now, the nodes change from Aries and Libra to Pisces and Virgo. So for you, the north node is going into your second house, and the south node is going into your eighth house. So with the north node in the second, there could be changes in the way that you make money and also the way you spend it. You may want to buy something expensive, like a house, an apartment, an asset, what you consider valuable, some luxury item. But you will be focusing on your financial security or insecurity. Finances become topic for the next 18 months. Now, the South Node goes into your eighth house, and the eighth house involves joint finances, investments, death, rebirth, and sex, inheritances, taxes, debt as well. So you're going to review all of your finances and your partner finances, because eighth house is also your partners, the investments, yours and theirs. There may be a death in your surrounding, not your death, but someone you know. If you've been dating, you may decide to take the relationship to the next level, to move in together or be intimate. Now, Pluto. Aquarius, Pluto is going into your first house, and it's for 20 years. You will become a new person. This is a major lifestyle change. You can change physically, psychologically. There can be major weight loss. You can start an exercise program, change your wardrobe, your makeup, hairstyle, hair color. Get married, get divorced, have a baby, a complete transformation of you. So make good use of it over the next 20 years. Now, with Pluto being in the first, it is going to be opposing your seventh. That's why I said that you can get married or you can get divorced. And it's going to be squaring the 10th house and the 4th house. So if you have planets in the 10th house, one of them being Saturn, when that Pluto aspects that Saturn, if you have not been, how do you call this? You have not done the Saturnian thing, being honest, being hardworking, being, disciplined, not abusing your power, then I mean you may lose your job, basically. Your career's gonna take a hit. Or it could be your boss, the one that quits or retires, but then there's a square, there's a challenge in that 10th house when that Pluto aspects any planets that you have in the 10th, but specifically Saturn. Be very careful. If that is the case, start saving money so when the change happens, it doesn't catch you off guard. All right, Aquarius, so this is what I have for you for 2025. I wish you many blessings, all the best to you. If you have found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and send it to somebody that it may also help. As always, if you would like a natal chart reading with me, please send me an email to amaastrology@aol.com. Thank you for watching, and all the best to you always. We'll see you in the next video.